Okay, welcome to Fahrenheit Performance Podcast, episode number 49. Today we have the pink boss, Leanne Szeto.
Finally.
I think you're Hong Kong's favorite triathlete. A lot of people know you. You're one of the few pro athletes in Asia, right? You are a Hong Kong athlete. You're an aeronautical engineer.
Yeah.
You're Ironman Pro Series triathlete. You founded something called Tri-Peas.
Yeah.
Right?
Try pink.
Is the P for pink?
Yes. Try pink. So if you see the logo, the TRI is white in color and the P is always in pink.
Okay. Yeah. So finally, just introduce yourself a little bit, I guess.
Sure. So I think a lot of anyone online knows me as the pink boss and as a triathlete. But today I think it's great to share something that people may not know or how I get here. Yeah, how I becomes one of the top triathlete in Asia. And I've been doing triathlon for more than 20 years.
Wow.
Yes. So when people think I'm always, because I do a lot of marathon running and my strength is running. So people in Hong Kong may call me a runner, but I always say I'm not a runner, I'm a triathlete.
Oh, you're here for the stand chart.
Oh,
Marathon this morning, English morning. How did that go? How was the marathon this morning? All exhale.
I just feel so lonely in the dark. That's the first time I feeling so lonely, like in a marathon race.
It's like 4:30 start or something.
4:30 start is a bit early for me because I, even though I never have sleeping problem, like I can go straight to sleep once I lay on the bed, but then it's just different pattern.
Yeah.
That I think if I keep my time zone as the Australian time zone, maybe I can adjust better. But then overall, the humidity is killing me a bit.
And this morning actually wasn't that humid. You know, I was out riding. I was thinking, oh wow, this is so nice and cool. And then, but you guys, I guess you run from 4:30 to 6.
4:30 to around 7.
7.
Yeah.
But you can imagine today is a hot sunny day, right?
Yeah. Imagine if you asked me to run now, that would be even worse.
I think that's why
You said I just try to go smooth because I have done with my A race for the year, so which is Langkawi Full Ironman. That's my A race. Then these 2 marathon is more like an invitation from the organizer. So I was like, oh, no harm to go for a holiday for myself too. So and I always love coming to Singapore. So definitely because Bangkok Marathon and Singapore Marathon on the same day today.
Oh,
and and they invite me too. Then when I choose, I go straight to Singapore.
Yeah. Nice. Singapore's so convenient, I think.
Yeah, it's so convenient.
And how did the race go? Did you?
I didn't really have an expected time for this one because it's not like I have to make a PB. And it's not the ideal condition to make a PB neither.
Well, it's hot, right? And I heard that the Benjamin Shears Bridge was in
Yes, there are quite a few bridges. Yeah. Which I thought is completely flat. Yeah. And
compared to the PTO or the T100 run, it's completely flat.
Oh, yeah.
Out and back, right?
Yeah, exactly. The T100 run is way further. So I got shared by my Singapore friends, triathlon friends, 2 things. So one is this race is completely flat, and this other thing is this weekend is really cool, and make sure you wear something. And I was like, I completely get tricked by my friends in Singapore. These 2 things.
You're coming from Melbourne, right?
Yeah, I'm from Melbourne.
And this is coming out of winter, and then you're coming. This is not cool. It was like 26 degrees.
It's quite hot for me.
But
I ended up did a 3 hours flat. I'm quite happy with it. Like
You're the Singapore champion.
Yeah, when I crossed the line, people. The official was like, oh, come over, you are the national champion. I was like, what? National championship is Singaporean. Then I checked on the official result, and that lady showed me the official result saying, oh, you are Singapore flat. I was like,
So when whoever registered you just Singapore?
Yeah, I think so. Because I registered through the organizer. So I'm hoping they put Singapore.
Because the national champion was also 3 hours by 45 seconds just up.
Yeah, just by slightly, yes. And I was like, nah, I'm not going for the price. Yeah, I'm not Singaporean.
I think you would have won $10,000 or something.
You see, I should have gone. Singapore, I'll be a Singaporean for the morning.
You bet
one day, yes.
Select the money and run. So, You said that you've been doing triathlon for 20 years, right?
20 years.
Were you always a runner or swimmer, or did you like?
Nah.
How did you start?
So no one from my family does sport, not even one. And for all my junior ages, I was crazy about ballet and like piano, all the typical Asian moms would make their daughter do. Yes. So, and apparently I really love it. Like whenever I love it, I'll put most of my effort on it since when I was 3 years old. I started doing ballet. Then I got in the performance art of Hong Kong, academy of Hong Kong. Then I did all the Royal Ballet exams. I really love it.
Wow.
Yeah. So and that's the reason I like pink too. That's start from ballet. So it's always like I like the feeling of being on stage and perform the best. And for ballet, I know it's not something easy that I need to put the effort on. So I learned it when I was really young to put the effort in if I want to achieve something.
The more you train, the more you practice.
Yeah. The exercise will get easier once you keep training on it. Then and after that, how I start triathlon is I just find it cool. I don't know why. All of a sudden, when my because I studied at a girls' school, so not that many classmates do sports, and my school is not famous for sport neither. Okay. And there was one classmate who does triathlon, and I find it really cool because she got like a prize and come back and share with the school, and the school announced it to the public. Then she's quite close friend with me. Then my parents were straightly against it when I say, "Oh, I want to try out triathlon."
What was the reason? Because you're gonna get.
So they think it's men's sport. Yeah. Back in 20 years ago, definitely is not as common sport as nowadays. And so they were like, oh, they don't allow me to. Then one time when they go on holiday, my parents, I sneak out and went training with that classmate. Like that classmate mom actually take me to the first aquaphone training for myself. And my parents found out, and they were like, "Oh, it's just swim and run. It's okay. She just gonna do it for 1 or 2 times, and she gonna give up and focus on ballet and piano again." Then after that, there was this first aquaphone tri-kid race. Then I came first. Yeah, I think
you're like 10 years old or something.
13 years old. Yeah, so I think that's the time when I think I get some strength from doing ballet for so many years on my legs.
Like core strength as well.
Core, ballet, the rhythm, they are all in triathlon. It's not, they are all related. Yeah, definitely. The coordination. Then I came first. Then after that, my parents think like they could see I really put the effort in and I want to achieve something. Then after that, I persuade them to get me my first bike. And they didn't. Then I have to borrow my friend's bike, who is like mega size. Yeah. Then till the very first time I had a big crash and I was like all injured. Yeah. Then my parents was like, oh, that's the time she's gonna give up triathlon now because she's all injured. Like it's just skin injured though. But after that I still go for the training with the team. With the junior team and with all the bandage on, and I still wake up by myself early in the morning, and they really see, oh, she is really, really into the sport now. Then after that, they just bought my first bike and they don't go against me anymore. As long as I still keep on ballet and piano and my study goes well, then they don't go against it.
So how long did you overlap ballet, piano, triathlon for?
I overlapped for quite a few years till one time when I did the grade 8 ballet exams. You know, ballet, they can give really harsh comment for ballet. Then that examiner actually put like I was too tan and muscular for ballet. Like, cause like ballerina get strong legs, but their arms won't be like buff and shaped, right? That's the first time I was like, it's really time that I may have to choose either one. Cause I have to spend way more time on sports too. And after that, I sort of trying to let ballet go. But in fact, I still really enjoy ballet till now. Yeah, I love going to watch ballet, and sometimes I when I drive, I still turn on ballet album like nowadays. Yeah, it really calmed me down.
Yeah. So you say it's a lot.
So that's how I started triathlon when I was 14 years old.
And then somehow you made it into the Hong Kong
National Junior Sport.
Juniors.
Yes.
So you were born and raised in Hong Kong.
Yes.
Right. And then you joined the national squad
In Hong Kong.
in Hong Kong.
Yes.
And how old were you when you joined there?
Because by that time there were not that many kids doing triathlon, so it's quite easy. Like it's still the start of the sport. Because the 2008 or 4 Olympic is the first Olympic that has triathlon.
Oh, Sydney.
Yeah. So because in Hong Kong, once the sport have in the Olympic.
Yeah.
They will invest way more on the sport.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the sport that the government gonna invest on. So by that time, they trying to enlarge make the team bigger. So I spent like within half a year, I already got in the junior squad for national. Yeah.
And then from how long were you in the national team?
I was in the national from junior age to senior till even when I moved to Melbourne in year 10, I am still with the national team.
Okay.
Yeah, so
you your parents immigrated to Australia or something? What happened?
Because my parents have to work in Australia, so they just bring the whole family over. That's the time I moved over.
Did you find, because the Australian ecosystem is very different, right?
Yes.
Very intense, but especially triathlon and all these outdoor sports, right? Did that help you with your training? Do you find?
Definitely, because they have more land. That's the very first thing. I can bike without so much concern on traffic. If it's lots, the traffic lights too. Then the atmosphere is so great because the school, they have a lot of activity and races, like inter-school races too, in compared to when I was in Hong Kong. Then I really enjoy it. Like, I feel like it's not as competitive because everyone is doing it.
Yeah.
So
and there's so many races. If you do badly on this race, you can just this one.
Yeah, there's so many. But then when I was in Hong Kong junior squad, because let's say we only have like 5 or 10 girls in the squad. So these 5 or 10 girls get really competitive. It's very stressful for a kid. Yeah, for a kid, yes.
Okay, and then so you moved there in year 10, which is like 15, 16 years old, right?
Yeah.
Until what, uni days, or did you?
Until when I joined the 2014 Asian Games. So I didn't give up at all. So that's the year I graduated from uni and take a gap year to train full time for the Asian
So you're still training in Australia, but then
representing Hong Kong.
Representing Hong Kong.
Yes.
And then Asian Games came
back.
You went back to Hong Kong.
Yeah, train full time for it. Yeah.
And how'd it go?
Asian Games, I did quite well. I came overall 8th.
Well, nice.
Yeah, in Asian Games. Yeah, I'm so proud.
Tough as well.
It's very tough, yes. But yeah, it's so good.
Asia includes, all of the,
yeah.
In
Japanese and Korea, they are just so great. Yeah.
Uzbekistan.
But yeah, I'm just so glad that I made the choice to take that gap year and go for the major race. Because by this time, like, I definitely regret if I didn't make that choice.
Yeah. Yeah. And with the uni, you're aeronautical. So one thing that I don't understand, or I think is quite inspirational, is that you have a full-time job.
Yeah.
And it's not just an average Joe job. You're working in the triathlon industry. You're doing stuff. It's a legit, very brain-intensive job. And then you still can work full-time and train full-time and keep a pro license, right?
Yeah. That's the last year decision to go back to professional Ironman athlete. Because so how I manage them, my job is actually quite demanding, I would say. Because I'm not repair aircraft that's not urgent. Like, I'm repairing aircraft that flying. Yeah. So anything happening during the day, if there is any ad hoc, like let's say Singapore Airlines have something like lightning strike on an engine, and they give me 2 hours time. Cause like if I say, I need another hour, and they will reply me, the passengers are boarding already. So they're giving me that pressure. So that 3 hours, I have to get the job done with my team. So it's like I can't go out and I'm going for my run now. So how I manage them is because I train every day. I always put the important session before work. So anything happen during the work, I can still adjust them because the second session, I have minimum 2 sessions per day. So the second session is more like not as important. Like even I can move it to night and I can still manage it.
Okay.
For all the high intensity, high load training, I put it before work for sure.
But then if it's before work, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning or something, right?
Yeah, I have to wake up around 5-ish and get it done 6 to 8. Like no time to waste. Like once the alarm turn on, I can't snooze it. Like I know if I stay on bed for another 5 minutes, I'm late for my training and I have to cut my training for 10 minutes. Then everything is like the next.
Yes, super organized.
Yes, I have to organize like week before. So I always need to know my training plan, the whole week training plan, or the sort of the pattern for the week. Then I can sort of organize like this day I'm gonna swim first, then go to work, bike first, go to work. Because some days I know it's not as busy at work.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah.
And then weekends you just do long runs and long bikes, I guess.
Yeah, weekend I can just go freely without my phone, focus on the training. Yeah.
Nice. So I'm guessing the Hong Kong stuff, Institute of Sport, was short course.
Yes, when I was junior age, we only have the choice of short course.
Okay. And then when did you transition to the longer stuff?
That's when I start working.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, I went to the 2014 Asian Games. That's still short course, like Olympic distance. Then after that, after the gap year of full-time training, I decided to get in my aerospace and industry because it's one of my passion too. I don't want to give it up. Like after all the study, then once I start working, I sort of like there is a mental like, oh, I'm going to take sports just for fun from now on as hobby, like to keep.
Also, when you graduate.
Yeah, when I start working at Cafe Pacific.
Okay. Yeah. Your first job was.
Yeah, that's my first job. Then as I'm going to focus on my work, because the work hours is so much, like 9 hours. Then, but then, like every day I'm sort of just work, home, work, sleep, and I find it so different to my lifestyle in the past 10 years. And I don't have the goal. Like I will sleep in on weekend. I just don't like it. I feel like I'm wasting time. Yeah, that's not right. And I don't have schedule. Like I need a schedule.
So you need the structure, yeah?
I love the structure.
You need the schedule, and that's what you might be an athlete because you like the structure, or you like the structure because you're an athlete, right?
Yep. So it's not like, oh, I have nothing to do. Let's find someone to hang out with. Like, that's good then. That's good show. But it's not like every week I need to spend effort to grab someone out to chill with me, or I just find random stuff to do, like go movie. Like, that's nothing that like before. Then after that, someone asked me to give a try in a 70.3. Like back when I was junior age, I was thinking like, oh, 70.3 is such a long triathlon. It's like, oh, it's nothing for me. How can people finish it like 5 hours race? Then I was like, okay, let's give it a try. Then it's just for fun. Then
when was your first 70.3?
2015 or 16. Yeah, in Taiwan, in Taitung.
And how do you?
I came overall champion. Yeah, I got the background. That's why.
Yes, you got the background in the short course, right?
Yes.
And a lot of people are doing. A lot of the short course athletes are doing that, right?
Yeah.
Coming into.
Yeah, from short course, I think because I have been in the national team short course experience, like 10 years experience. I think that helped me. Like I know all the transition skills, and yeah, I was on my road bike for that 70.3.
You embarrassed a lot of people. You were road biking and
I became champion, and it was like my first 70.3. It was like 5 hours 05.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my first. Wow. And people was like, oh, that's a very good time. Like, you got the potential in this distance. I was like, oh, I'm working full time. I'm not even training too much on it back in that time.
So you were just a regular age grouper?
Yeah. I'm like, once I start working, I registered this race. I know I have to build some endurance now. Like, I'll just go easy bike, some running and swimming, and to get me back to race. Then back in that time, I didn't have any new tri-suit. I just put on the tri-suit from the national team from my junior age. And I saw myself coming first, and by looking at the photo, then I was like, I'm still into this sport. Like, I still enjoy this. It's like,
it felt good to be back.
I feel so good to be back after 1 year plus.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can do it, and I think I can go further. Yeah. And that's the time I start spending more effort digging into 70.3A. Yeah.
Because you're 70. I was looking at your results.
It was 7.3 tons, plus or minus 5 hours, right? And then your Ironman time, plus or minus 10 hours.
Yeah.
That's like very, very fast.
Yeah, my fastest half is 4 hours 25. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
4 hours 25. Yeah.
And then, so what's after all these races? You mostly race in Australia and Asia.
Yep.
Right. What's your favorite out of all of those?
My favorite is PTO, Singapore. That's the first PTO that
So
my race
easier. Was it this year or last year?
last year. Yes,
year.
yes. Because all my races are always in some Euro area, like nothing to see. Like, but PTO is definitely the first 70.3, like 100 km race that I do inside a city.
Urban environment.
Yeah. Also, the organize like everyone was discussing about like how they're gonna do like cause it's the first time and the swim, how bad the water is, the water conditions, and it's just interesting to go for so many loops of all different type of course, like uphill, downhill. You could go fast if you train for it. That's the thing, cause
And a lot of people do like the Sand Chuck. They didn't realize how hilly it is.
yes, yes.
Actually, a hilly course.
Yeah,
because
but
of the beach, everything.
but for PTO, I know we have to go through that bridge for so many times, and it's sort of similar to the short course style, course with so many U-turns and things. Yeah, it's challenging, and still now I still enjoy PTO the most.
How was it like swimming in the Marina Bay?
I don't find it too bad. Like people think
Everyone's
people.
very fast.
I don't think it's that hot. Yeah, I don't think it's that hot to be honest. But I remember the race that was so late. It's like 10 o'clock for.
Well, it depends on which way.
Yeah. My race that was so
I
late.
think all women, actually, the women's race is at the back.
Yep.
At the back
Yep.
end.
Yeah, true.
So that's why you guys waved off so late.
And then, so 70.3 Taiwan, and then you, okay, I'm okay with this. Let's give this a shot.
Then when did you start doing?
Full.
Yeah, we realized. Oh, look, crap.
I don't know why. That's the time because so I was working in Hong Kong after like for 7 years. Then after that I got a job opportunity moving back to Melbourne. Then by that time I was like, now I'm moving back to this big Aussie land. What should I do? Should I do something different? Then I moved back in July, and the Perth, Western Australia is
today.
yeah,
That's also-
yeah, it's today. It's in December.
Yeah.
I was like, from July to December, I'm in Melbourne. I definitely can make something for like six month time for full. Then I was like, okay, I think it's time for me to give a try on full.
And you've run marathons before, right? So
Yeah, I won 1 or 2 marathon before. Like, I'm not very scared of the run, but the bike is the killer for me. Yeah, sitting on the bike for so many hours, that's so much. I still don't get it. After every time when I finish a full, I was like, by thinking back last month in Langkawi, I was like, wow, how can I finish that? Like, to me.
So then you're a runner, right? So when you're on the bike, are you thinking, can't wait to the run, I can't wait to the run, I can't wait to the run?
It's more like I can't expose myself on the bike because I know I'm strong on the run. So I was like, just finish it, then go strong on the run. That's always in my mental. Like, don't worry if you can't last off the bike. You can pass someone on, like, believe in yourself that you can pass someone on the run.
So how fast? So you ran a 3-hour marathon this morning, right? Let's use Langkawi, for example. How fast was your marathon off the bike?
I think it's 3:20 something. Yeah, not bad. Yeah.
So you can ride for 6 hours and still run 20, right?
Yeah, but apparently my best full Ironman was my first full Ironman in Western Australia. Yeah, it's like sub 10 hours. It's 9 hours 50 something.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, well, the weather and course are great though.
Did that qualify? Did you? Because I saw you got Dakota,
Yeah,
right?
that's how I get to Kona.
And like, so how was that? So I think
I was still racing age group back in that time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple of episodes ago, we did a whole episode just on Kona, one of the guys, right?
Okay.
So I won't go too much into the details, but how was the Kona experience for you? Is it like,
Well,
The pinnacle of
I'm so amazed by, like, is there some course that you can go 90K out, 90K back? Well, yeah, it's like 90K straight, 90K back. I was like, what? That's so crazy. Yeah, I was expecting at least like some nudes. Yeah, then cause my husband, he always travel with me to races. So like every time going through a U-turn when seeing him give me some motivation. It's like he would scream like low ball, like Sweden wife. Then like for Kona, like he's like going back to hotel to do his own stuff, and 6 hours later.
Okay, 6 hours to really having that and go back.
Yeah. And that's because my Kona is the first time that they do it, they separate the male and female. And it's so different for me because it's the first female race I participate in. And like everyone is so strong from like all from the world. And,
Well, by definition, Kona is the top 10 of every race throughout the world, all competing again.
and when you walk in the hotel lift, all the female are like just in sports bra and walking so strong. And it's like, okay, I have to walk strong. Like I'm pretending I'm one of the strong ones. But all these girls are so great.
Yeah, of course. And how did that race go? Was it everything you expected it to be? It's never going to be as fast as your bike.
It's not very fast, but I think I can go fast because the course was so flat and straight. So I went a bit too aggressive at the beginning on the bike. Yeah, so that killed me. So I definitely want to go back one more time and pace myself better to make a better time because after all, it's still cold now.
So this coming year is next year's Kona, right?
Yeah, but it's not easy to get a pro slot for full Ironman Kona. But I won't give up. I'll give it a try.
And then, so I saw like on your Instagram, you were at the Tour de France this year.
Yes.
What was that all about? You were like right in there in the giving out bottles and
Both or not.
what was that about? Was that through one of your sponsors?
It's through one of my sponsors that I got an opportunity to be in the tour of, I think, 10 athletes from each country. So I'm representing Hong Kong to participate in this tour. Yeah. And it's more like an ambassador to witness like the Tour de France and I start to interact with the athlete like when I think I'm training so hard, they are definitely training 10 times or 100 times more than me. Yeah, because to get to that level on cycling is nothing easy. So it really gave me the motivation, like because I was on the hills and I can see like how tired they are. It's like I do come through this situation in my race too, like, and so after that I was like, I have more motivation on my training too.
It was like you had a great time.
But it's really a great time.
Yeah, it was like you were literally handing out bottles.
Yes, I was giving bottle like
bikes and
I find giving bottle is nothing easy. I thought it's easy. Like sometimes in a race, if I grab a bottle, I couldn't get it. I said, I can't get it. Like sometimes like, is it that hard? Like, but I never blame on the volunteer because they're volunteer. Like you can't blame on them for not doing it professionally. Like even I can't do it. Like I dropped quite a few, and so I appreciate all the volunteer like with all the house in all my races. Sometimes I just get so tired and maybe I have temper inside me. Like I didn't show it, but then sometimes I just don't smile to them. But yeah, they did great in every race. Yes.
that was one of my questions, or one of the Instagram questions was actually, how do you stay positive all the time, right? You said that you don't smile all the time, but it seems like you're always happy to train, you're always happy to race, you're smiling.
Yeah. Whenever I'm stressful, I do sport and I'm all good. Like it's a drug.
It's stress relief.
Yeah, stress relief. And in a race, so I'm very into ballet. Ballet, when we are on the stage, we have to smile and we have to perform the best.
So having a shit day.
Yes, even having a shit day, you have to perform and do your best. So for me, doing a triathlon is like bringing me back to the stage. So every time I'm on a stage, I have to perform the best and show the best. Like no matter I'm going a good day or bad day, because like I'm not motivated every single day, to be honest. Like I'm tired. I don't want to train, but it's the discipline that get me moving. And by smiling, I reckon I can influence others to keep going. That's what I'm very satisfied too.
And going back to ballet, I guess, and it's like the actual performance itself it should be quite easy compared to all the training it takes to get there. The same as triathlon, right?
Same as triathlon. You only get one chance. Yeah. You don't do a double stage.
But if you show up like, if you haven't trained enough in ballet and you show up and try to do a performance, in triathlon, if you hadn't done the work, you're not gonna have a great.
Yeah, exactly. If you fall in a turn on stage, everyone is staring at you. Like, you still have to stand up and show your smile. Like, in a triathlon, let's say this morning I wasn't performing my best, but then I still try to, like, I sort of walk a bit in the last 10K. I was like, okay, let's get it done because I'm all the way here. And people are still running around me. No one's stopping. Like, why should I stop? Like, I would just get through it.
Yeah.
Like, anything can happen in the race.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So let's talk about being a pro triathlete, right? What's the process of becoming pro?
So before becoming a pro, it really depends on your own country's triathlon association. Because they need to write, like, the selection committee of your own country. So they have to go through sort of assessment on how you performing, and they think, okay, you can represent this country or city to take part in this race.
Okay.
Yeah. So because I was racing in the national team for so many years, and they know my ability, and in age group, I'm always quite tall, like top 3. I can always get on podium, and there are not that many there's non-pro triathlete in Hong Kong, China at the moment. So
I think
so
maybe Japan,
Japan, they are 1 or 2. So they are very encouraging on that. So they help me, and they authorize me with a letter, and I have to submit that letter to Ironman, and Ironman assess it too. And eventually they will let you go.
So it really depends on the association and how knowledgeable they are.
How knowledgeable.
Like, if they're from some crazy country that doesn't even know triathlon.
Yeah, it's hard. So it really depends. So you have to share all your results. Because to be honest, probably the Hong Kong Triathlon Association, they don't really know a lot in Ironman. Because it's not as common. Like, they put in a lot of focus on short distance race because it's in the Olympic and they are fighting hard for any slot. So so I just have to share my background to them, and they have to trust on me too, like from both sides. So they support me.
So it's almost like a sit down interview.
Yeah. You have to go through the
selection,
the chairman and the selection committee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then once Ironman accepts that you're a pro, what does that mean? Does that mean that you can only do pro races?
Yeah. So once you hold a pro license, you can't race in any age group race. So if, let's say, last time, because my husband was racing in Desaru this year, and there is no pro race, then I was like, since I'm there, I want to do a race. So I asked Ironman if I can register in the age group but not getting a result. They saying you can, but you won't have any result at all. Yeah. Then I was like, okay, I will just go and cheer anyway. Yeah.
Because
too much effort to bring another white.
Yeah, you did Desaru as well, right?
Yeah, I was still at an age group.
Yeah, and then you did well Desaru, and then so this year that's why you won.
That's why I can't race. Yeah, but there are not that many choices in Asia. That's the point. Because not that many Asian pro triathlete. I hope that will change when there are more pro triathlete in Asia in the future. That may change, I think.
So is that why you did Langkawi this year?
Yes.
Is this pro race?
Yeah. So this year, I think they only have Cebu and Langkawi. And from what I see for the 2025 calendar, only Cebu and Langkawi too.
So Cebu was in like April, May, is it?
Next year, it's going to be in June and August.
I remember this year, it was just after PCA.
Yes, this year, they move it backward.
Okay.
I definitely want to try T100 Singapore next year, but I need to apply for a wild card because I'm not the contract.
It's like top 25.
So hard.
Right?
Yeah, in real life. Yeah.
And then, and I'm sure there's like 20 people knocking on the door for wild cards.
Yeah, especially Singapore. Everyone likes comments. Yes, all the pros like comments.
Nice. Okay. So that means you really have to be selective on your races. So then if you want to go to Kona again as a pro, do you have to do a pro race and get top 5 or what do you need to do?
In a pro race, I reckon I can perform better in full Ironman compared to half. Because I think for the speed requirement on the half is way higher than full. Full is more like the time you spend on the sport, but for half you really need to put way more intensity and intensity and the major in it. So by including my work hours, it's so hard to include too much intensity. But then if you ask me to sit on the bike for so many hours on the same power, it's still manageable. It's just boring, but it's not like, oh, I did a Zone 5 training, I can't move anymore. That would affect my life.
Yeah, if you roll into work, then it's just
So
fun.
So I think by focusing on full Ironman for the pro race will be something beneficial for myself.
Okay.
And something that is more achievable. So I'll see what pro race I can do next year. There are quite a few in Australia. I don't mind going back to Australia because it's not too far anyway. Yeah, but to America and to Europe, that's way too far.
Yeah, for sure. So you're here right now for the Stand Chart Marathon, which you ran this morning. Is that something that you do to make your triathlon better, just running marathons?
Running marathon is more like, it's always like, it's
Side quest.
yeah, it's always like a side job for me. Like people say, man, you really shouldn't run so many races. Like you have to give up your bike to perform better in the marathon too. It's like you can't bike that much. And but it's sort of like I changed my focus through the season.
Yeah.
Now it's like the end of triathlon season, so it's a good time to focus on running and put the running intensity in as well. And but then because the Hong Kong Marathon is in February, the Hong Kong Standard Chartered Marathon is in February every year. And it's the most iconic race and the focus race of most sponsors
In Hong Kong.
in Hong Kong. So every year I have to perform well in that race. So
that will be
for marathon. So in winter I have to focus on marathon majorly because I want to aim for something for the February race. Then once after Hong Kong Marathon, I just put marathon completely aside. Like no more marathon race.
So I guess it's December, right? So November, December, January, February.
Yes, I'm gonna focus. Yeah, so because once you focus on marathon, it's the best time to trigger any injury. I think for triathlon because the running load bump up a lot. Like even though I train for a full Ironman, I don't have to spend that much time on running because the pace is different. Yeah, so in the coming 2-3 months, I definitely have to put in the recovery much better than what I'm doing. Yeah.
You did Kobe Marathon a couple of weeks
2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
and then you did Singapore Marathon.
I find my body still very tired.
You forgot to put those two.
Yeah,
And then you did Langkawi.
Yeah, Langkawi a month ago, around a month and a half ago.
So that's pretty.
That's too close. That's definitely too close. That's what I feel this morning. I was like I'm not 18 years old anymore here. Can't recover that.
Or you stay out all night just go straight to the marathon.
Yeah, especially because the race are not short race. Like it's not like I can recover the next day
And you can't swing it. Right?
Yeah.
So then what was the big difference between Kobe and Singapore? You had
The weather.
10-minute difference in time, right?
The weather, yes.
Is it just it's so much hotter here? Is that why it was hotter?
I feel like sleepy when I'm running in the dark. Yeah, like mentally, I'm not as energetic. Yes.
So you're like solar power, the solar.
Yeah. I'm definitely solar power. And I think the running culture in Japan is a big thing.
Yeah.
Yes. So Kobe, like the complete 42 km, you get people cheering. And the elderly home, the nurse actually push all the client and
The shift is between 10 and 2 o'clock or something like that.
yeah, the race always start at 9, so it's perfect.
Have you done like New York, Chicago, Berlin?
No, like I definitely can't be so crazy about running. Like, I always remind myself, don't start with big six.
Because those races, like I've done New York and Chicago, they have people on the side of the road for the entire 42 kilometers. It is like super, super great.
So great.
Yeah. And then you go to Stand Chart, it's at 4:30 in the morning, and then you listen birds chirping, mate.
What? It's like no one around this morning. I was like, oh, I'm running in the park by myself
And
at this pace.
it's quite hard to run in the dark as well, right? Because like it's a pothole or...
Quite a few. So, whoa, like, and I think it would be better if someone are cheering aside. Yeah.
You're not going to get people over to 4 in the
in the morning to check. Okay, and then so now that you're a pro, what does it take to stay a pro? Is it just keep paying a license fee and you're okay, or you need to maintain a certain level and a certain
I have to keep racing. Yeah.
racing.
I
You
can't
don't
post a...
You don't need to place it every single race or anything like that.
Nah, you can come last every time still, but it's not something that I'm looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like a a Premier League where you get relegated in the bottom 3 pro.
Nah, they have to keep the pro athlete racing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the plan for that? You're going to stay pro as long as
I want to try, because I think I'm still at the peak age for full Ironman. Like, I definitely don't want to give it up yet. Because I know in 5 years' time, I don't know how my career going to be. And I still want to keep it alongside. And so I will see at least 1 or 2 more years and see how far I can go.
How much training are you doing a week?
So when I training for a full Ironman, I have to put at least 25 at least per week, apart from work hours.
Yeah. So it's like a part-time job. It's like you work,
Yes.
then you're got a part-time job in the
But
night.
yeah, because all these, like, I purely train, work, and sleep. So I'm never sleepy at work. I'm always hyper and I commit 100% to work.
Coffee, like
Yeah, I am.
drinking coffee all the time because
Yeah, so many calls. It's not like caffeine gonna work on me anymore, but it's more, yeah, it's just something that keep me feeling all the time and happy all the time. But
you know all those people that come like in the afternoon, you start getting sleepy.
No,
Listen,
never.
the nature of a job is you're on your feet and
because I keep working, so I never feel sleepy, and I don't want to be treated differently at work. So, like when the colleague asked me, "Oh, what do you do in the weekend?" Like on Monday, then I was like, "Oh, I just went for a run. Then just went for a bike." Like I don't want to share my bike for.
also they don't know your colleagues.
They sort of know, but I don't want to share too much because after all, it's still work. I want to keep the profession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to just
Yeah.
get one of the
I don't want to be special. Like, oh, I trained 10 hours yesterday. I have to work from home today. Like, I never request for that, and I don't want to be treated specially too.
yeah. So you take annual leave to do your
Yes,
races.
I take all my annual leave on racing. So every time I travel is for racing. My husband was saying, oh, we have never traveled without any race since we're together. All the traveling with racing.
You've never gone to Venice and just hung out.
Nah, never. Not gonna happen. We just say, oh, it's a waste of time. Nah.
So triathlete as well, right?
He is a triathlete and he is studying sports medicine in research too.
He understands.
So yeah, he understands definitely. That's very important for how a relationship works for professional athlete, I think.
Wake up in the morning, you're gone at 5 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning.
Like if you ask, oh, where should we go this weekend? I was like, I got 6 hours bike. Like how that works. Yeah.
You can bike there and you meet him there and
So I think I'm managing my work and training quite well.
but it doesn't sound like you have much time for
Anything.
Yes.
Yes. So I try not to build any extra hobby for now. And because I made my decision to go pro, I want to be fully committed to it. Yes. So let's leave the any stationary hobby in the future. Not now.
Okay. So what's the plan for the next year or so in your races? Is it and Langkawi going to do them both?
Yeah, I'm gonna do both because they are the only choice. So yeah, a lot of people ask me where I'm going, so I'm gonna share. Like, I'm going to Cebu and Langkawi for sure. And
any Australian races? Because you're officially
yes,
Australian, right?
I'm moving back to Hong Kong next week. Okay. Yes, but then I'll do some Australian races. So I will try to choose one full Ironman in any Australian race.
So the Cebu race is that full? That's half the fun 3, right?
They're all half, yeah.
Okay, and then Langkawi full.
Langkawi on the pro calendar at the moment is half, but I think they may update from time to time. Let's
So
see.
the one that you did recently was only 70.3.
That was a full.
That was a full.
So this year was a full for the pro. Next year it shows to be a half for the full. For the pro, I'm not sure. They may change. Yeah. It depends. Depends on how the organizer manage the prize money. I think because for the full they have bigger prize money pool.
Okay. Okay.
I put some questions out on Instagram, or I called for some questions, and they were all, why do you wear pink? Why are you always so happy even though life sucks? Why are you always so happy? The one person asked me who is your favorite student. So are you still coaching as a coach?
Yes, I do online coaching.
Okay.
But because I'm so committed, so once I start being a pro athlete, I try not to coach. So I leave all the pro online coaching for my husband. We started company together. Yeah. So at the moment we have around 50, 60 online students all over the world.
So you program the what?
Yeah, food training pics. Yes.
Even he's like looking at training pics.
But most of the coaching are by my husband. He is very organized on online coaching, and he talks to every single student every single day. Like I can't do that. Yeah. So he updates
a lot of
that takes so many hours too, and like he tried to talk with athlete make
Talks to them or just like
WhatsApp. Sometimes through like voice or even call. Yeah, actually, but then no matter what age you are, you still wanna get the communication with your coach. Like no matter you are kids, like from my junior age to now, I still wanna talk with my coach all the time, like get some comments. So we still trying our best to keep that. I think that's very important. Instead of coach putting the whole seasons or 3-4 weeks training together, then just leave you alone. That's so different. Yeah. For me, it's okay because I always, whatever the coach put in, I will do it. But no, it's so hard. Yeah, it's so hard. Yeah.
Okay. So my last question is always, how do people get a hold of you? Is it Instagram? Would it be the best way? It's at Leanne Szeto _
Yep, correct.
right?
Leanne Szeto, yes.
Okay, LEANNE _ SZETO. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming in. I really hope the best for you this.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I enjoy so much.